It's Monday morning at NatWest Bank in Huddersfield.
Before we start, can I get you guys a drink, soft drinks, tea, coffee?
Thanks for coming in. We're looking at opening an account for your little girl.
Right, okay.
10 years ago, Clare Blakey got her first job out of school here as a cashier.
I need to take the 2 trucks up.
At 28, she's just been made acting manager of this busy market town branch.
There's been times in the past where a customer's come in and said, I want to speak to the manager, and then I come out and I'm like, hi, how can I help? And they almost just freeze like a rabbit in headlights and think, who's this child that you've sent out? Yeah, well done, Leanne. I do think that a lot of people do expect that they're going to get an old man. And they're not. Forget me.
She's in charge of 30 bank staff, around £200,000 of daily transactions, and keeping her 34,000 customers happy.
On a Monday, one of my first things that I do is have a look at my service score, so that updates on a Monday. So I always feel a little bit nervous on a Monday.
The service score is based on answers given by customers to an automated phone call.
It takes forever to load on a Monday as well. It knows, it likes you to wait. Come on!
It tells Clare what percentage of customers are pleased with how they've been treated by her and her staff.
You do take it personally, even though it's about the bank, you do take that score as us at NatWest Huddersfield. So we'll see what happens this morning. I actually don't want to look at it. It's gone down. So the score's gone backwards, not massively. It's gone back by 1.5%. Time to up our game.
Head office has set this branch a target of 60%. But since the bank's new focus on customer service, Huddersfield has never reached this target.
Could I have people around for the first team talk, please? Mel, could you just organise who's coming from the counter for me? Thank you. Right, come on over then, guys. OK, so let's get cracking. So, service score.
Oh, it's gone down.
So how does it make you feel when it goes down?
Upset.
Why are you upset, Mel?
Because we are fabulous at service. We know we are. We give our customers the best that we possibly can. And if we can't, there must be something externally that we can't do. And if they tell us what the problem is, we'll do our very, very best to fix it.
Does it matter to you all?
Yes, yeah, of course it does.
Do you want to see it going up?
I do. Absolutely.
You do, don't you? It upsets you.
You feel hurt in a way when it goes down. Okay. I do.
You see, it all gets me. Other branches will look at our score and think,
okay,
crap at Huddersfield.
So a bit of pride as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, OK, well, kind of like, you know, I didn't intend to upset you all this morning. Maybe I should have brought some tissues. But do you know what? I'm quite glad you all feel that way, because what does that tell me?
Have you care?
Yeah?
We're committed.
I genuinely believe that you care. Let's see if we can find those customers that might not be, you know, over at Moon, that might have a bit of a problem, and it's our challenge to fix that problem. It's up to us to do something with it, because then in turn, we're going to have a much better service score off the back of it. Have a nice day.
Morning. You got your card with you today? Right.
We need to see if you can do it basically on this now.
Me?
Yeah, as if you're at home. And it does actually come up there, NatWest Online Banking.
How you seem to come up so quickly to get onto NatWest? But when I do it, all gobbledygooch comes up.
Just take the lid off and just pour it straight in. Yeah, pour it all in. Where are you going tonight then? Where are you going out?
We're going back to Liverpool.
Oh, yeah. Are you from Liverpool as well? Oh. I bet it's a better night out in Liverpool than what I did in Huddersfield, yeah.
Claire's got 12 weeks to reach the customer service target. She knows it won't be easy.
Traffic warden's giving someone a ticket. They also have a bad reputation. I know what it feels like to be hated. There's a lot of people out there that dislike us. I even think some people actually hate us. And that's not very nice. Nobody wants to be hated at all. now. So that's the biggest challenge for us, is how do you show them people that actually we're doing the right things and that, you know, we've learned from mistakes of the past.
NatWest is owned by Royal Bank of Scotland, one of the banks that in 2008 almost brought down Britain's entire financial system.
Overnight, the bank had pretty much gone bust, and then that's where the conversation started. Well, am I going to have a job in the next coming months, years?
The share price plummeted when I realised, and it was too late to do anything about it, that all my savings had gone. I probably lost about 30-odd thousand pounds.
As the crisis unfolded, RBS, which owns NatWest, was only saved from total collapse by a huge bailout of taxpayers' money.
We had a little flack from customers. You know, I had one customer come in irregular and he threw a copy of the Metro on my desk and went, look at that, you're in paper again, you lot. Every single day there was something coming out or something going wrong.
"7 years on, and some customers are still fuming.
Why has no banker, choose whatever bank it is, ever been arrested and put in front of a judge in the dock for all they've done? Why? But yet they treat us like... You just treat us so pathetically. As if you're an inconvenience.
Whitehead, do you want to have another seat?
Alan Whitehead came into the bank last week to fast-track a cheque for £3,900. He wanted the money to buy his son a piece of rugby memorabilia on eBay.
Someone has messed up, big style.
The cheque didn't clear in time, and Alan's missed out on the auction. He's made a formal complaint and wants an explanation from complaints handler Anna.
£3,900 goes missing for 9 days. Where the hell's it been? I've got the pieces of paper to show that it's left Santander. I believe Santander.
Right.
I don't believe NatWest. Where's it been? Simple
And
fact.
Santander have just told us, you know, there's no guarantees with special presentation checks that they will clear the next working day.
So why did she say, yeah, we can special clear it in the first place if she knew that?
She said to you, by all means, we can do it for you, but she warned you.
It may take a couple of days, not 9. I could have sellotaped the cheque to a tortoise's back and it could have walked to Bootle faster than this has been done. Something's not right.
I'm sorry if you feel that way, I honestly am.
Just hold your hands up and say, we've made a mistake. But nobody will do.
If you'd like me to put in a request to them to reactivate your complaint on the basis that you're not happy with how you were advised when you when you went forward with a special presentation, I'm happy to do that for you.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Anything else?
No, that's fine, thanks.
And hopefully we'll get the outcome you're after.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
All right, then.
Thank you.
Right, thanks a lot, Tam.
No problem.
The people on the ground here, to a point, they're great. But they're just the infantry, the ground troops. The ones that you want to get hold of, the ones up the ladder, they're bulletproof. You can't touch them. Well, I know that, metaphorically speaking, they're laughing all the way to the bank.
There were 4.5 million complaints made about British banks and building societies last year. That's one complaint every 7 seconds.
So put that then, customer feels we should have done more to
explain it.
prevent him from choosing a special presentation, because is that what he's saying in a nutshell?
Pretty much, yeah.
The bank say they warned Mr. Whitehead his cheque may not clear more quickly. Mr. Whitehead says he wasn't properly advised.
As the days went on, the cheque was going through the special presentation clearing, but it didn't make it clear any quicker for Mr. Whitehead. He was then under the impression that something else could have been happening, that we'd lost the cheque, that we'd made some sort of mistake.
There's no evidence to suggest that there's been a bank error. And added to that, we knew that Clare had done everything within her power to help him.
We gave him money against the cheque that was not yet cleared. That's not something that we had to do, but that was us going out of our way to try and help that situation, to show Mr. Whitehead that, do you know what, we do want to help you.
Does that sound okay?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to give Mr. Whitehead a call and let him know that his complaint's been logged. Hello, Mr. Whitehead. It's just Anna calling from NatWest in Huddersfield. I've spoken to the complaints team and I'm unable to reactivate your current case. However, I have been able to set up a new complaint for you.
Why can't you reactivate the one that's they've already shut down?
Because it's technically a new complaint.
No, that's not correct at all. Stop trying to split hairs. You know full well what my complaint is. You know, and don't treat me like a twat. I am not fucking happy at all. You know, I am fuming over what you've done. I am fuming the way every single person I've spoken to has fucking denied anything. We haven't done nothing wrong. We've done it's Santander.
Mr. Whitehead, can I just stop you there? Because this isn't the first time that you've been abusive towards us and you're using inappropriate language.
If you don't want it, if you can't fucking take it, don't give it.
Mr. Whitehead, I'm giving you a verbal warning now. This is a verbal warning that if you continue in this manner, we will terminate your banking facilities.
You're going to give me a verbal warning.
Well, do you understand? Mr. Whitehead, to add to that, I've said all I can. There we go. That went well. It's on there. I've dealt with a lot of complaints and, you know, it's not the first time that people have sworn at me and, you know, got frustrated, and I can understand that to an extent.
At the end of the day, we are employed by the Royal Bank of Scotland, and we get that people out there are still angry, and when people come in and say, do you know what, it's not fair and you bankers and this, that and the other, we take that and we kind of accept it because we think, do you know what, part of our jobs, it's, you know, let's show these customers what we're about now. It's up to us to rebuild the trust and rebuild the faith. That's part of our job.
You do all need a pen and some paper, so please would you take out enough pen? Oh, no, you don't need any paper, actually. Do you know what? Yeah, you do need some paper because I want some notes today.
As part of the bank's bid to win back customer trust, it wants its staff to offer the best possible customer service.
On a Wednesday morning, we open up later than what we would normally do, and we spend that time doing some sort of training. Normally we have some sort of topic for me to follow, but this week it's a free one, so that means I can go wild and do whatever I want.
Claire's heard that at a recent staff conference, the bank flew in a guest speaker to find out what NatWest could learn from one of the world's most famous brands.
Who's heard of Walt Disney?
I have.
Anybody been to Disney?
Yes. No. Well, Jack actually had his birthday at Disney.
Tell us about that now.
Jack was 8 at the time, and it was absolutely fantastic. They just spoilt him to death. He was just, they had a cake, all the characters came, there was Donald, everyone. It was
so did Jack love it?
Oh yeah, it was amazing.
And how did that make you feel as his mum?
That made me feel proud as a mum to have been able to give him that wonderful time.
And it still puts a massive grin on your face
It
today.
does, I can't help
And how old's Jack now?
Jack is now 22.
Okay, so after a few years, it still makes you smile the same as if you'd just been.
Absolutely, it does. Every person that works for the company does their best to make sure that you have a nice day.
Let's talk about that. So, Disney have got some success secrets. 7 guest service guidelines. Aww. So, you can all stand up and be a 7 dwarf. One of the 7 dwarfs. Sarah?
Don't be grumpy. Always display appropriate body language at all times. Don't be dopey. Eating every guest. I don't know why you've sat me here on purpose.
Do you know what, Mel?
Well, don't be bashful. Seek out guest contact.
Thank you. You make lovely dwarfs, by the way. So we need to be the 7 dwarves all the time. I absolutely think if we can turn into the 7 dwarves, then that will in turn lead us to success. So, up on your feet and you can hi-ho out of here. Laura, I can't hear you.
Just so I'd let you know as soon as possible that everything seems to be fine and they're instructing the valuation as we speak.
One of the 30 staff at the branch is seasoned mortgage advisor Gary. He handles around 200 successful mortgage applications a year for bank customers.
If I see somebody and they ask me what I do, I'll say, I'm a mortgage advisor. I won't say I work in a bank, you know. I'll say I'm a mortgage advisor. I help people, you know, with the mortgages and things like that. Because as soon as you start talking about banks, banks, you just rip off, yeah. And they'll start talking about charges they've had on the bank account and, you're getting the right conversations. I try and avoid it. I can't do right for doing wrong, unfortunately. You know, I think we'll always be the bad guy, but it would be nice to get to being the good guys again.
Thank you for calling me. Cheers now. Bye-bye.
His next customer is Chris, who's been banking with NatWest for 30 years. Chris is juggling £12,000 of debt after using his credit card for family holidays.
You're not conscious of what a bank is trying to do. You're not conscious of their aims and objectives. What is a bank? The bank is purely there to make sure they can keep the customer tied to them for whatever means.
Last time Chris was in the branch, he didn't like the advice he felt he was given. That was to wrap his debts into a new mortgage which he'd repay into his retirement.
They're not really interested in my financial welfare. They're not interested in me as a long-term customer. All they want to do is sell you something.
But Chris has agreed to come back into the branch, this time to meet with mortgage advisor Gary.
Let's just see if we can do a deal. But at the moment, there's no love from NatWest. They're not showing me that I'm a valued member of the NatWest branch.
Mr. Clare there, how are you?
You all right?
Nice to see you. I'm Gary.
Hi, Gary.
Do you want to come straight
sure.
through? There we go. Welcome to my room.
Thank you.
Just on the right-hand side there. Just grab a seat. The advice is that you don't take your mortgage beyond your retirement age. Today, we'll have all the answers.
Honestly, I'm not trying to be obtuse for the sake of it. But I am agitated because I'm like, well, why did she say that in the first place? So there's a little bit of trust being broken here, isn't it? I'm like already going, well, hang on a minute, what's that about then? If I'd have spoke to you first, you might have said, don't do this, do that, because can you give me advice?
Yeah, of course.
You can.
I'm here really to, give you advice on the mortgage and ideally to try and pay this mortgage off as quick as possible within your budget.
I like that.
That's where we need to be.
We're back on track then.
We want to save you as much interest as possible.
Right.
Get rid of this debt before you retire, ideally, because you don't want a mortgage into retirement.
Good.
Sorry if you have been misled. Let's draw a line in the sand from now onwards.
Yeah, we're going.
We're in the right way. We're going in the right direction.
Another cup of coffee. Come on, come on.
I might have one myself yet.
Yeah, no.
So basically, I think what we can do today is let's set the stall up, and obviously when your wife's here, it'll all be printed off for you, so you get it all documented out. I'm probably not going to be going onto my machine today. I think I can give you figures, absolutely, but I think the actual inputting it does need to be with Carol.
I don't mind
because it is a documented discussion.
That's fine.
So
at the moment, Chris's mortgage is with another bank. It's part repayment, part interest only, and the term is about to run out.
That's what we've just been through. So my advice is go for a 5-year deal, a 5-year fixed rate to give you the longest stable payment that we can offer you. You're pretty confident in keeping the 55 on the interest-only element, and that figure comes out at £483 per month.
Oh, for 5 years?
For 5 years.
Good.
Yeah.
I'll tell you now.
Yeah.
I like the deal.
Yeah. Well, from where this appointment started to this point, I'm just glad it's ended up like this, because it could have gone anywhere, to be honest. You're walking away happy, and hopefully you've been happy with me today.
I'm delighted with you, Gary. More than happy. More than happy.
Good, good. And that's a good result then. If we're all happy.
Yep.
I'm happy. You're happy.
Yep.
NatWest is happy. Yeah. Thank you very much.
No.
No. We're not that friendly.
No.
All right. Thank you again. See you next time. Thank you.
Gary had to do a good job here this morning. We had to reconnect, and if not, I'm just going to walk somewhere else. Just because I've not bought into him. I bought into him. The product is good, but I think it's important that I buy into him.
Absolutely delighted with that meeting. I think it's probably one of the best appointments I've ever done, to be honest.
The trust is restored. Me and Gary are now best of friends, and we're going on holiday in 2 weeks' time. It's all good. It's all good.
It's 2 months till Claire and her team have to hit their 60% target for customer service.
What did we do a lot of last week? The what factor.
Wow.
The wow factor. Do I think a lot of our customers left our branch happy that last week? Yeah. I know they did. You guys know they did.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's any coincidence that our service score jumped up this week. 53.8%, all the effort that we're putting in around the service absolutely paying off. Come 60%, you guys reap the rewards in your November's pay packet. So let's absolutely go for it this week.
Hiya.
Hiya, you all right?
Yeah, you?
Yeah, sorry back to it. My name's Rich. I'm looked after you.
I know you looked after me last time.
Good, you're happy to see me again?
Of course.
Can I move you to my room?
Hey, handsome chap like yourself,
Oh,
wouldn't
thank
be?
The CSI score, the customer service score, is not where it needs to be, then there's no bonus. We're definitely not talking like the city bankers getting millions, if only. I'd be able to retire at the end of this year, wouldn't I? No, you might be talking raise for anything. If we got £50, we'd be grateful, to be fair.
Well, it's very rare that we get a bonus anyway. I don't think I've had one since last August.
We get little, and we have to work very, very hard for that.
Last reward was probably going on 2 years ago, and that was, I think that was sitting in the region of about £300 to £400 that we got, for me personally. So.
I'm curious, how much do you earn?
How much do you think I earn?
50,000.
Are you joking?
40,000 a year?
Are you actually joking? Nowhere near.
30,000 a year?
No.
20,000 a year?
Just a bit above 20. So, not what people probably expect.
Do you think you should get paid more?
I think if I want to get paid more, then I need to earn it and I need to work my way up the ladder. And if I do that and I do a good job, then yeah.
In the past, bonuses were given when staff hit sales targets.
I need help.
Need help? Okay.
Yeah.
I shall try to help.
Okay.
When I first started working here, the mindset would be, oh great, a loan's just walked in. But nowadays, we don't have a target for how many loans we do, for example. All the talk from above is about the customer service.
There we go, take a seat in my office.
I think there was a much bigger drive to sell mortgages. It was a time when everything was doing really well, property prices were rising and everything will be fine. I think we had our heads in the sand, obviously. And in hindsight now, you know, it probably wasn't thorough enough whether we could fully assess whether they could pay it back.
Do you use the mobile app on your phone? Over the past years, there have been problems in the system throughout, not just the big city bankers, not just executives, but branches as well. If you look at things such as mis-selling of PPI, that's why the banks have changed the policy so much and they've got a lot tighter around the regulations, you know, a lot more responsible in the terms of who we're lending money to and the checks that we do beforehand.
I think I have always been in debt. It's just never ending.
Tracy King is a NatWest customer. She has just £1.50 in her account. 11 years ago, despite her bad credit rating, Tracy was given a mortgage by the UK lending arm of American investment bank Lehman Brothers, which collapsed in 2008.
That's my life. All on the floor. I like to keep a record of everything so that if there's ever any problems, which there always is, then I can refer back to them all. Or to remind myself that I still owe money. Shall we start with the mortgage? I actually owe the mortgage company £9,000. That's the mortgage arrears. TV licence, I'm pretty good because the file's pretty thin. Urgent, you are still behind with your payments, you are behind with your payments. This one says, you need to pay now to avoid debt collection. Easiest thing is to say is, who do I not owe money to? Well, I owe £1,247 for electric. For council tax, I owe £2,394. That's higher than what I thought. You see, I look at this and I think, how on earth am I going to clear all these? You know, I do want them cleared and I will have them cleared somehow, but I just don't know how.
If you had to total up the total amount of money that you owe, how much would it be?
So we've got 9,000 there, 11,000 for the secured loan, 24, 25. This is putting it in perspective now, there's 28. I'm going to say, with all little bits around, that I owe £30,000. I have never, ever worked that out before.
Who's to blame?
I don't like pointing the finger at anybody, including myself.
Tracy's mortgage is £57,000, but she hardly ever makes her monthly repayments.
I've got 2 weeks before I'm due to be evicted. I've got to go to court because I didn't keep up repayments on my mortgage. So even though I have made payments, they've not necessarily been what the mortgage company requested. It's not nice, you know what I mean? I smile because that's what I do.
It's 2 weeks until Tracy will stand before a judge, and she's come into NatWest to see if they can help make sense of her finances.
In all honesty, I just want someone to wave a magic wand today.
Miss King? Hello, I'm Sarah. Come across, all right?
Thank you.
Right, my love, so have you come in for a review today?
I have, yeah.
So you're on basic account at the moment. Have we looked at upgrading that for you to see if we can do your better account?
It has been looked at a few times, and each time it's been a no, because obviously my credit rating is really low.
Okay. So employed, are you like a nursery nurse?
I'm a one-to-one support worker.
Right, okay, so any loans anywhere?
I'm trying to think exactly what I've got, because they're all like sort of non-existent to me, but they are existent, I just haven't been paying them.
Okay. Have you got a mortgage?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
Monthly payment should be 260 without arrears.
Yeah, okay, so I'll put 260 down. Let's go on to, I think it's income and expenditure now.
Crikey, monthly income at the moment. Got the wage, which is 540, I think.
540.
And then tax credits, which are just starting again this week, is 138 a week. So
138 a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Child benefit, 81 a month.
81 a month. 1173 per month.
Sounds better than it has been.
From what I've just typed in, it's saying you're going to actually have a bit of money left over.
Which will go on my mortgage arrears.
Well, it's £193, which is a lot.
Yeah.
So it's nearly £50 a week, that.
Which is good.
It is, yeah.
It's going to be nice.
There is light at end of tunnel.
Oh yeah, there is. And looking at that, you know, like there's a good amount there to be able to put towards some of my arrears that I do on. Being enlightening.
Yeah. Good. Okay, nice to meet you. See you later. Bye. Okay, bye.
Why didn't you tell them your full situation?
I suppose the reason I didn't tell them about my eviction order is because it is embarrassment. It's shame. I'm one of these people that cannot seem to get finances right, and other people seem to be able to cope with money better than me.
Some people bury their head in the sand. Some people think, that they can't be helped, and some people just don't really find the time to do it because they are so busy. But it does get to a point sometimes where we then can't help them for whatever reason.
The banks have a part to play, but ultimately, all they can do is check that it looks affordable, and after that, the responsibility is on you. You're a consumer, you take the money and sign the form. It's all clear what you're borrowing, what the rates are, and so on. So finally, it's our own responsibility.
Hello there. Pop your card in for me, thank you.
Although the staff don't have sales figures to hit anymore, they do still have targets.
Have we reviewed your account lately to see if we can save you any money? Yeah, can I book an appointment for another time?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. So I've put you in with Richard, and hopefully we can save you some money there.
Yeah, cool.
Thank you very much then. If you want to take your card, that's fine. Yeah, thank you. Bye. We are set a daily target of booking 2 appointments a day. Right. But they have to be what they call kept appointments, so the customer has to turn up.
You got a minute?
Could I go through your diary? I need a little help. My 9 o'clock's not shown, so that's one out now. Apart from that, do you have anything else? No.
Just that one at 11.
Just that one, because I've seen your other customer, haven't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let you see your customer.
Sarah is 26. She's the bank's protection specialist, so she sells life insurance to NatWest customers.
Waiting for my customer. It's now 5 minutes past 10 and they're not here. So what I'm going to do is probably just give her a call and see where she is. I have some customers when I ring, they just hang up on me as soon as they hear that I'm calling from NatWest. It's like, what? They just see us as monsters. Well, that's how I see it anyway. It's like, I absolutely love my job. I love working here. I was so excited when I got a job in NatWest. But it's like sometimes when you're talking to people out of a, you know, in a jokey way, they're like, oh, you work in a bank, do you? Oh, right, okay. And it's like, they do, it's like sarky comments. Just sitting on free for the next hour. That's right. I've only seen one customer today, so anything and everything. Even if it's literally just for a quick chatting to get them booked in.
My targets are to see 15 customers per week with the view of helping at least 8 of them.
Just like to take a seat in there.
Sit on that one. Are you all right there? Or would you prefer...
One of Sarah's appointments has turned up.
That one there, no, that's fine. We all know it's going to happen, unfortunately. It's the one thing that's guaranteed in life. But at least you know, when it does happen, you've got it all sorted. You don't need to worry now that your wife's going to struggle financially, or that your boys, or anyone that's going to be, that anyone's going to be left with a bill. When I started, I was, what, 23? Never, if I'm to be honest, heard of life insurance. And then also the religion side of it put me in a very difficult position in terms of, is this something I'm allowed to do?
Why is that?
Because these mixed debates in terms of whether or not life insurance is actually allowed Islamically. I found out that life insurance itself is actually okay because it's benefiting your family after your death. My job role is to make sure you walk out of here with complete peace of mind, knowing that should anything happen, financially you're secure. Also, because I'd never spoken about death to anyone, I was quite hesitant to approach customers and speak to them about it. It's not easy, but I do enjoy it in the long run. It's just stressful at the same time, really stressful.
All right, so you're thinking I'm clued up. That's good, I like that, I'll take that. It's all about what the numbers do, but I'm aware of the 2-year deal. I did look at the 5-year deal.
It's a week since Chris worked out a deal with Gary, the mortgage advisor at NatWest. But today, Chris has decided to go elsewhere.
I'm sticking with the Chelsea. I'm not going to ever do this NatWest thing. They can jog on. Ooh, they can jog on. Nice. You take care, mate. Thank you. All right, see you later. Bye-bye. I got a text off Gary at 7:45 in the morning, Friday, saying there's a problem. Oh, sorry for ringing you so early, texting you so early. I'm like, well, that's a bit early, yeah, but what's going on? Oh, there's a problem. I don't think we can give you the money. What? After everything we've been through? So this is the text that I've got here. Good morning, Christopher. Sorry to contact you so early, because it was early. I've had communication that we are now unable to proceed with any new mortgages that have an element of interest only. Well, I'm going to see if I can get an exception for you. But if they decline, I will be able to proceed. I will try and get an answer this morning for you. Regards, Gary. Guess what? They can't give it me. That's it.
Home one Thursday night hit me like a bolt of thunder, realising that Chris's mortgage was a part and part mortgage, and that is basically where he's got part of his mortgage reliant on an endowment to pay his mortgage off, and part of it is on a repayment, which we don't do anymore. Yeah, I'm quite embarrassed by it, really. Obviously, yeah, we're all human, but it does show you the pressure that mortgage advisors are under at the moment. Regulation and changes are happening all the time. I did try and make a few phone calls to see if we could do it for him on the endowment, but it's absolutely a no. And yes, unfortunately, after such a great interview and we got on so well, unfortunately, we can't help him with his particular mortgage. My focus was obviously making Chris as happy as he could be and resolving the issue. But, you know, we hold our hands up, we don't get it right 100% of the time.
What benefit is it to be loyal to a bank? What benefit is to stay banking with the same bank for 30 years? whose interest have they got at heart? It's definitely not mine.
Hi, Steve.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good. I'm not too bad, thank you.
Joiner Steve has come in to see customer service advisor Melanie.
So it looks like you've been travelling somewhere very exciting by these bank statements.
He's looking for a cheaper loan to pay off the £5,000 he spent on his credit card going on holiday.
So how was the World Cup?
Yeah, it was good.
Was it
It was good.
amazing?
Yeah, it was.
You have to be a very, very nosy person to be a customer advisor. I want to know everything about my customers. I don't want any holes to be barred. Tell me a little bit more about that. How does it happen?
Yeah, it's got a little bit drunk and we ended up at some nightclub.
Oh dear.
And I was acting the fool on stage.
I can't imagine you being on stage at all now. I'm interested in my customers. I want to know what they've been doing at the weekend, what they're looking forward to, what the goals are, what their ambitions are, because if they can deal with someone who they can build a relationship with, it's far easier to do business. And when we looked at it last time, you told me you wanted to borrow £8,000.
Yeah, I mean, can I still reduce it? When I looked at it online before, when I did my initial application, I don't think there was much difference between like 7 and 8.
But I just want to make sure that you've got enough borrowing. We don't want to lend you anything that you can't afford.
Yeah.
But yet, I want to make sure that that's comfortable.
Go with the 8 grand.
8.
Go with the 8 grand.
When I first started the bank, banks didn't do holiday insurance. Banks didn't do house insurance. Banks looked after people's money and invested it and lent it. And that was what we did. But now, supermarkets do that. Everybody tries to do everybody else's job. So we have to compete. Obviously, I know that you do your main banking with the Halifax.
Yeah.
I've been having a little look at your overdraft costs as well with the Halifax.
OK.
Not cheap. Overdraft fee of £22, and that's for a planned overdraft. So that's quite expensive, isn't it? Looks like you're paying an account fee of £15 a month. It's £1 a month more with us. It's £16 a month. It's called our Platinum account.
OK, yeah, no
But with
problem.
that Platinum account, as well as having all your travel insurance, you also get a taste card. You can buy one, get one free at certain restaurants.
Oh,
so will that be useful for you?
That would be useful.
You've got no arranged overdraft usage fee. How do you feel about NatWest now?
Yeah, well, you know what I'm going to do, don't you?
I'm hoping so.
The big fishing line out. Bring everything over here. Yeah, I mean, I'll start.
That'll be amazing. I'll be absolutely delighted if you'd make us your main bank.
Definitely.
And I'm so pleased now that you've got a higher opinion of NatWest than
than Halifax. Have a lovely holiday.
Thank you very much. Have a good time at the gym.
I will.
All right then. Thank you so much for your business.
Lovely to meet you.
Bye-bye.
See you later. Money's money. It's not the most important thing in my life. Yeah, it's just one of them.
What is the most important thing in your life?
It's love, isn't it? Happiness.
I definitely think you can put customers first and make the bank a profit. We might help a customer refinance their debt and put it onto a personal loan. Have we sold them something? Yes, we've sold them a personal loan. But have we helped them? Yes, we've helped them. That's why we've done it. Hi.
Claire's got 7 weeks left to reach the customer service target of 60% satisfaction.
Do you know what? I get butterflies on a Monday morning, actually. I feel a bit sick when I look at it.
Was it only one or all? No.
Just a smidgen, but it's gone up. So we can get to 60%. So the scores on the doors today are 54.4%. So, yay, Team Huddersfield. So it's gone up a smidgen, but any movement is a positive movement, then we're happy. Last week it was 53.8, so absolutely chuffed with that. We're on the road to 60%.
So will you contact me shortly before it's going to...
Yeah,
Right,
you should be getting a letter any day, to be fair.
OK, well, I'll come back in September.
OK, we're just asking all our customers if they're extremely satisfied with the service that they receive from NatWest.
Yeah.
You recently visited NatWest and we'd like to improve your future
Each week, around 100 people are called to rate the service they've received in the branch. As few as 5 of them will answer the call.
How would you rate the staff in taking a genuine interest in you?
You may get a random telephone call. It's automated, asking you to press options. Can you press 1 to say you're extremely satisfied?
Overall, how would you rate the experience in the branch?
All they'll be asking you about the service.
Perfect, yeah.
The score goes up if customers say they are extremely satisfied.
Because we like all our customers to be extremely satisfied.
Yeah.
If I'm saying to a customer, I really hope you come in extremely satisfied, then once they answer that phone call and pick up the phone, they may remember that I've said you're extremely satisfied. I hope you can say you're extremely satisfied. Could you say that you're extremely satisfied? Yep. Hopefully you can say that you're extremely satisfied. Yes. Then they'll press that. They'll press that option that they have to say, I am extremely satisfied.
Have you got any feedback at all for us, just on how we can improve the service, just so you're extremely satisfied?
Mortgage advisor Gary has his own customer service score. It's currently above 90%.
£389 a month.
But unfortunately for him, he can't choose who gets the automated call.
I received a service call. So you've got this satisfaction survey from 1 to 5. 1 being extremely satisfied, 5 being extremely dissatisfied. I'm giving it 5, 5, 5, dissatisfied about everything. Yeah, very dissatisfied. Extremely dissatisfied.
Chris's £12,000 debt problem began 10 years ago, when he used his credit card to take his wife and kids on holiday to America.
Chuffing heck. Can't you look young you look? Ah! Look at my tash. Look at these two. This holiday cost us like £8,000, you know. And these two, when they got there, they were like that the whole time. Just like, this is rubbish. The debts I incurred were all about going on holiday. I reckon that I've clocked up at least minimum 12 grand on my credit card just to finance holidays. I said when I was 50 I was going to be debt-free, and I'm now at this kind of crossroads. The decisions you make in life, you've got to live with. I've done things that, you know, are questionable, getting holidays on credit cards, then, you know, kind of consolidate debts, and then I've got another debt, and then I've got another loan here. But you've got to start making decisions that are going to affect the rest of your life. So, you know, I will not get a holiday on a credit card anymore.
Hiya, sorry you've had to wait, you okay?
Paid for some flights for our mates yesterday.
Okay.
A cashier in a busy branch handles around £10,000 a day.
So where are you all going?
Amsterdam.
Oh.
But with the majority of our spending now on plastic or online, many of us rarely set eyes on the actual money we spend.
Sort of a stag do birthday sort of thing.
Well, you've done our bit. You've got money off everyone. Generally, there's never anything in my purse, ever. I just don't really feel the need to carry cash around anymore. I'm always the one when we go to netball as well that I've never got my money for my subs because I'm like, oh, I've got to go to the cash machine. And I'm like, how can you forget to go to a cash machine? You work in a bank.
Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm Gary. Nice to see you. How you doing?
Me personally, yeah, I'm as tight as anybody, me. Yeah, ask anybody. I am really tight.
Yeah. Brilliant. Grab a seat. Right.
And I look for voucher codes. You know, there's loads of them knocking around at the moment.
Okay, that's £10 a month going out. As a customer advisor, I can sit and give sensible advice to people. You know, I can say, Mr. Customer, you must save every month. Saving's good. Then when you need a new car, you can use your savings and you don't have to go to a bank. But do I do that myself? Not very well, no.
Hi, you okay? I think I've learned quite a lot about money from working in a bank. I think it's also opened my eyes to how quite a lot of people don't really know how to manage the finances.
I don't quite know how I'm going to do this yet. See if I can make it look tidy.
It's a week until Tracy's repossession hearing at the Crown Court. She faces losing her home.
She's a pretty one. My name is Denise. OK.
With such a bad credit rating, Tracy can't borrow from the bank. To try and help with the mortgage arrears, Tracy's stepmom has given her some dolls to sell on eBay.
Ah, that's the cutest. I might do my hair like that for court. The judge, she's got a heart. If she's seen the effort that I am making, I cannot see why she would still kick me out.
Tracy's beaten eviction 3 times already. She's used to living like this.
I moved into a hostel when I was 16 because I fell out with my mum. Obviously, I was on income support, you know, like raising a young child, something like £35 a week. And it just could not cover gas, electric, water, food. The debts did start at that point. That's the one I'm definitely selling separately. I would consider myself quite clued up on how to handle debts. I've learned how to manipulate the system. Eventually, I will agree a payment with them, and I will pay that for a few months, and then it stops again, and then we go back to square one, and they have to start the letters again, and that is just the way it goes, and we never get to that other stage. I don't know life any other way, and I only know of debt.
In our culture, debt is not seen as a good thing. It's basically seen as like a sin in the sense to die with debt on your shoulders.
My parents came over here with nothing. They've worked for everything in life.
Life insurance specialist Sarah lives at home with her parents. Her father earns just £150 a week. He has no debts.
I work in factory. Hard job, like heavy job. I work in the saving money slowly. Then I bought a house. Half mortgage, half on saving money.
I mean, it took him about 4 or 5 years saving up the deposit, and then once he found the house, we bought it and got the mortgage, then it took him about a further 5 or 6 years to then pay off the remaining.
And why did you do it like that?
Because I don't like too much interest to pay for. Interest, no love for Muslim people.
I think with us as a family, we don't see money as a big thing. We don't like to place that much importance on it. Yeah, money can like make the world go around, as some people say, but we don't feel as though it deserves the attention and focus that some people give it. We wouldn't ever want to place our happiness on money.
English people are mostly spending in like clothes, or mobile, holiday. They just waste the money.
They see going out having fun, cinemas, etc. as a waste of money.
You would never go to the cinema?
No. I came to just this country. I came just one time go to cinema, that's all.
Never again?
No. Just waste the money, innit? Just waste the money, that.
My dad's attitude to money. I think it's a really good attitude to have. It's the safest attitude to have, I think. But if everyone was to have the same attitude as my dad, we probably wouldn't be having as much fun as we do now, though. Cinemas wouldn't be in business, that's for sure.
What is the role of a bank? What is the role of the bank? Is it simply to save money? Is it to assist people in their finances? Is it to give advice? And I want you to give yourself 2 minutes just to think about that.
Chris is the head of year at a secondary school in Huddersfield.
What is your understanding of the role of the bank?
To stop you from getting into debt.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
Since his encounter with the bank, Chris has started to pay off his £12,000 of debt.
I'm 50, and yet I've made mistakes, and I want to know what your perspective is. Genuinely want to know.
You could think of what you actually need.
Now, do I need a bathroom?
Just everything in your bathroom function well.
It does, but then you think it's all a bit tired, it's all a bit dated. What do I do about my kitchen?
Does everything in your kitchen well?
It does.
Well,
so
you could put that on hold now because it's all working at the moment.
So what's the plan then? Save money and eventually get the bathroom and the kitchen when I can?
And when you need it.
And when I need it. Need and can. I like it. I like it. If I'd have come for some financial advice from some of you now, I wouldn't be in the debt I am now. Pack away, please. I think, just listening to the group there, this idea of getting things that you don't need, everybody was clear about that. Don't borrow money. And I wonder if, through my life, if I don't know, maybe miss the perspective in terms of, you know, concentrate on the things that I should do and not the things I can do. I have gone through a process of feeling frustrated with, you know, perhaps the bank is one of them. Should they have given me the advice? Is it up to them? And maybe to look to myself more and not to look to other people for the advice. So I have definitely looked within myself, and I do feel better about myself, and I feel I am in such a better place. Could I have been there earlier? Yes, I could, but you know what? I'll take it that I'm here now.
It's 7 o'clock on Wednesday, the 12th of November. Record fines totalling around £2 billion have been imposed on 5 banks for their conduct in the foreign exchange market.
HSBC and Royal Bank of Scotland have each been fined a total of nearly £400 million. The American banks...
Why are crooked bankers in prison? Wolf of Wall Street people, aren't they? I suppose it's just greed, isn't it? It comes back to greed. And greed's not a good thing. That's one of the deadly sins, isn't it, greed? Not good.
For the last few months, the team at Huddersfield have been striving to increase their customer service score. Today, Claire finds out if they've hit their 60% target.
It's not uploaded, is it?
No, I'm trying in vain to make it load. It's not loading. Now I'm feeling a bit nervous because it's loaded something.
Oh,
no, I don't even look now. Penny, don't go anywhere. It's loading. Oh, God, I don't look. I don't even look.
Oh, never in this
Don't believe it.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Oh, I don't believe it.
Oh.
59.5. Couldn't have been any closer if we'd have tried.
Oh,
my God.
God, that is outrageous. I was on my lunch and Carla said, I think she's opening it. Where I'm looking.
59.5.
Oh, that's maddening.
We should be really, really proud of that score. That's our personal best. That's our absolute personal best for Huddersfield.
So we're saying, you know, if we haven't done it, let's, you know, think positive, put that behind
and
us.
And we will.
Look forward, but now reality has hit and we haven't got it by that, I think, chuffy neck.
1% would have been more bearable, but 0.5%. It could have been worse. It could have been 0.1%. Then I might have actually just cried. But 0.5% it is.
We've got 59.5.
Oh, no! 0.5% away.
59.5 is 0.5% away from our 60% and getting our little reward. Hopefully next.
Doesn't that just round it up like usually you do,
just,
don't you?
It'd be nice. That means no shoes for anybody, I'm afraid.
So no Blue Wicked.
No shoes. No yacht.
No yacht.
Could have bought a yacht, but no yacht.
Well, I'm quite disappointed about what's just happened, actually. I do think we deserve a little bit extra. Not much, but I do think that we all deserve it as a team. We've worked very, very hard. So, yeah, I think we do deserve a little bit extra.
Yeah, it's gone up. And Claire says you've done well, it's gone up. But the fact of the matter is it hasn't gone up enough. So it's quite disappointing. It feels like a bit of a kick, that.
How much would you have got?
I've no idea. And you know, the funny thing is, that is not the important bit. It's the been recognised by powers above that you've kind of ticked the box for the customer service. So whether they give me a £5 or £500 wouldn't really have mattered. It's the psychological, you haven't achieved it.
What would you have spent your money on?
My £5. I don't know. I'd have probably taken my family out for a nice meal, something like that, at the weekend. So now you'll just have to go on the credit card, won't you?
Yes, I will. I've told Penny. I think it's really hard to just take a focus such as service and expect that all of a sudden people are going to like banks, because there's too much that's happened. Home time. It might not have been us that made the decisions, it might not have been us that made the mistakes, but you do still feel that sense of responsibility to go out there and show to people, you know, this is what we're all about. You know, you can put your trust in me, Claire, you know, manager at Huddersfield. But, you know, be really naive to think overnight that people are going to love banks again. I don't even know if people ever did love banks, but, you know, they just didn't hate them. I'll see you in the morning. See ya.
Sent it to our specialist complaints team. They have rejected it following.
You can hug me now. Oh, I feel like I just need a drink now.